Hi folks, welcome back to the channel. It's a beautiful day here. The sun's very bright, so I've had to turn the camera to a different sort of perspective or a different angle from what I'm used to, but otherwise the sun's directly in my eyes. I'm struggling as it is. It's an unusual occurrence to have such strong sunshine in Scotland, but there we go. What I'd like to talk to you about today is a new or an update of the locking mechanism that I've been playing with, the sliding lock or sliding tensioner for the sheaths. I came up with another innovation for that, which I've applied to this knife in my hand here, and I'd like to show it to you before I package it up and send it away. So this one's on a Shirley, but I think I'll be able to apply this particular thing to almost any knife that I make, with a slight modification to the sheath to allow it. So if, with that proviso, if I can modify it to allow for this, then I think I'll probably apply this to quite a lot of my knives. So here it is. This is on a Shirley, which is about to be posted out. And previously I had just a rivet through there that I'd adjusted the tension on, so the rivet slid forward and back. And I felt that while that worked, you needed more grip or more purchase on it to be able to allow that to work more efficiently for you. And so I changed that on a bushcrafted that I did in the last video. But again, I felt that you had to pinch each side of the sheath to make that work, and I wanted just a single push. And I was toying the idea of how to achieve that and make it more user-friendly, and that's what I came up with. Piece of Kydex on there which I've moulded. I've also, if the sunlight will allow me to show you this, I've also jimped it to give a little bit of purchase on there, and that now allows you to adjust the tension on the sheath on the fly. So I'll turn the camera around and I'll show you the knife in more detail, and I'll show you how the tensioner operates as well. So see you in a mo. Okay, so here we have the knife, Shirley. I'll actually take this out. So it's obviously got the GT85 that I spray everything with before sending it out. Actually, let me just get a cloth. 2 seconds. So there we go. Here's the Shirley. O'Malley scales, stainless steel tubes and pins, textured spine, polished cutting edge. This one's in 4mm B cut. Can you see the logo? Just see the logo on that side. If the camera will pick it up, got the serial number in there as well. So that's the knife itself. These two tubes are sized so that my bow drill adapter just sits straight in, allowing you to use the knife as a bearing block for doing your bow drill. However, here's the bit that I'm wanting to show you today. So the sheath is 2mm P1 hair cell Kydex, solid brass rivets, which I've mentioned it before, but excuse me, normal rivets actually do a different rollover on different sides. So you've got the preformed side, and when you do the rollover with a standard Kydex rivet, you get a much smaller surface on this side, and it always irritated me. And just maybe a little bit OCD, but I wanted it so I could roll it and have a similar rivet on both sides, and I sourced and had rivets made that do this. And sorry, there's a plane going over. You'll probably pick that up, but it's a little bit noisy. But the wall thickness on these rivets is quite a bit thicker. It's nearly 3 times as thick as a standard Kydex rivet, so it's much stronger and it's solid brass. Anyway, moving on. This is the slide. So obviously it's not technically a lock, but what it does is it increases and decreases the amount of tension needed to actually open that part of the sheath. When you slide it right down there, it doesn't really move. When you slide it to the open position, it allows for a lot more flex, which means that the knife, if I can just resheath this, I'm on one side of the camera and the knife's on the other. It makes it a little bit awkward resheathing things. So there, that's it in, and it goes in and out very easily. When you slide that to the lock position, it's much harder to release it. You can release it if you actually haul on it really hard. So in an emergency, if you needed that out, you could rip it straight out. But under normal circumstances, you need to slide the release. And that's it. Very, very simple design, but highly efficient. There's a jimping to allow you a bit of extra purchase on it to slide it. And that's it. So I'd be interested in your comments. Let me know what you think. And thanks for watching. Oh, I've actually got an update. I'll take you back to the fire on my bench and I'll give you that update. See you in a minute. Right, even in the small time it took me to record the video for this part, the sun's moved round. It's right in my eyes now. I've got trees at the back of me here, and it was previously hidden behind some leaves on an apple tree, I think it is up there, but it's now come round and above and it's right in my eyes. Anyway, a nice complaint to have. So the update, the first woodsman that I sent out to the States finally got the postage sorted and got some out, and the first one arrived with a customer yesterday, and it was an interesting period of time watching that, tracking it, making sure that it got to the States, and the tension and anticipation and almost dread increased exponentially as the box got closer and closer to getting to my customer, because I put a lot of myself into my knives when I make them, and sending a knife out to a new customer is always a bit of a nerve-wracking experience, because you don't know what people are going to think of things. Previous customers and things going out, people being happy, but you don't know each individual person. And because I measure people's hands for the larger knives, it's like, is it going to fit? Have I got the kind of facets in the right place? You just don't know. So I get kind of nervous, and with all the time it's taken to get the postage sorted out, getting things to the United States, this was even worse. So yeah, yesterday I was speaking to Jim from Bushcraft Costa Rica and Alec from Easygoing Outdoors, and I was saying to them at the time that it kind of felt like you're waiting outside the head principal's office of a school, waiting to see what was going to happen when you went in there, or like a job interview. You'd done the interview, you are now sitting waiting to be called back in and find out whether or not you got the job. And so my stomach was churning. I was excited, but I was also just wondering what this person was going to think of the knife. However, when it turned up, the chap actually recorded a quick video and sent it to me via WhatsApp, and it was all good. He was very, very happy with it, let's say, and yeah, that was a bit of a relief. So I now have a way of getting knives to the States. I'm actually going to be posting this along with another couple of knives to the States this afternoon, as soon as I've got them packaged up. So those of you that are waiting on woodsmen or front lines, that is good news, and yeah, I'll be in touch regarding the postage, and we'll get it sorted out and your knives will be on the way. There is a proviso on this. Having had the experience that I had last year with the postage and knives going missing in December, I will not be posting anything really in December or the early part of January. So there we go, that's the update, and thank you for watching. See you again, bye bye.